Hello everyone, it's Channon Rose, and in today's video, I am going to be doing a Airbnb horror story, bringing it back old school with the story time videos. And this was inspired by my friend Olivia Tati, who is an amazing human being. She just, when you look at her, your face lights up. She's just like a ray of sunshine. She's just very like bright and colorful and happy and positive, and I just like want to be her best friend. She's amazing. She also is into real estate investing like I am, owns her own Airbnbs, and also travels a ton. So we have a lot in common, and I met her because we are both a part of this amazing women's mastermind, and we get to go on these fun retreats. When you're part of the mastermind, that's kind of how we met in person, and she's just amazing, and I'm so much of a better person from being her friend. She's so inspiring. I could go on and on about how amazing she is, but I want you guys to go follow her over on Instagram and on YouTube and just see how amazing she is for yourselves. I will link her social medias down below, but this video is a collaboration with her because she is also doing an Airbnb horror story about one of her Airbnbs. So definitely go check out that video, leave her a comment, let her know I sent you, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. If you're coming from Olivia's channel, hi, I'm Channon. I would love for you guys to subscribe. Let's be friends. I have a lot of fun videos that I'm posting. It's kind of like a surprise. You never know what you're gonna get here, but hopefully it'll be something fun. I post new videos all the time about all different types of stuff, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so this horror story took place years ago, and I was in charge of setting up my little sister's bachelorette party, and she wanted to have kind of like a little yoga, like relaxing type of bachelorette party, not any like wild party or anything like that. So she had requested that we get a really nice Airbnb down at the beach area that could house like all the girls, and we could do like, I ended up hiring like a yoga teacher to come in and lead like a yoga meditation. I didn't even know this was a thing, but you can actually order puppies to be able to come in and play with puppies. She requested that. I didn't even know that was a thing. So we did that, and had a lot of other really fun things planned for her bachelorette party, but it was like more of like a chill, relaxing type vibe bachelorette party. And everything was amazing except for this like beautiful house that I had booked ended up becoming like a horror nightmare because of what happened. So let me explain to you, kind of tell you the story behind it. So when I had first booked, everything was totally fine. Like everything went according to plan. The host of the Airbnb was like super nice and attentive. And then the day that we are supposed to check in for the Airbnb, we get some messages. They were kind of weird. And I get the message and it's like, hey, like no one can park in front of the house or in the driveway. And I'm like, okay. Now, keep in mind, this is like down at the beach, so there's not a lot of parking. It's like actually very hard to find parking. So we were kind of like depending on parking in the driveway, especially because we had a bunch of stuff to like decorate, and I didn't want to have to like park 2 blocks away and then like lug all of our stuff, because even just lugging luggage would be like kind of sucky, you know? But we had like a lot of stuff to lug, food and flowers and decorations and like all kinds of stuff, you know? So I was like not too happy about that, and also just thought it was kind of weird. Also, like when we got there, she was there, which is fine, but like, you know, I don't know, sometimes it's a little weird when like the host is like at the house, and like unless it says in the listing like the host is there to greet you, show you around, like that makes sense and that's fine. But like I'm a planner, so I like to know and expect like when things are happening, you know? And I was a little caught off guard about her being there, and then she, you know, like, and we had booked the whole house. So like, you know, we had planned to have the whole house to ourselves. Well, what we didn't know, and this is like where it gets bad, is that she had converted her garage to like a bedroom, and the bedroom had like an attached door to the house. Like on the inside of the house. So like she was basically staying at the house with us, like in the house, just like in the garage, but it was like still like a room attached to the house. So like, that was really, really awkward, and my sister was not happy about it. She was the bachelorette. She was like, they should have told us this. Like, this is so weird and awkward and uncomfortable. Like, I wasn't planning on having like the host or any like stranger like be here. This is supposed to be like a private event, you know, like, and we paid a lot of money to book this house, like keep in mind. So, and it didn't say anywhere on the listing that like she was going to be staying on the property or like in a room in the house, you know what I mean? So that was a little awkward, but then it just got to the point where like she could hear everything, right? So like we couldn't make any comments about the house, right? Because she could hear it. Like literally, it would be like having a roommate and their door's right there and you're talking about them. So like that was like, I don't know, it was just a little weird. Or so then she was like, you guys have to be really quiet, like when you walk up into the house. Like, I don't want the neighbors to know that you're here. And I was like, okay. Mind you, we have a whole party coming, you know, like a bachelorette party coming. And even though it's like not like a rowdy crowd, you know, it's an event that we're having, like a little party. So it was definitely like really messing up our plans because this was something that I had spent a lot of my own money on and a lot of my own time and energy to make this like a really special bachelorette party for my sister for the weekend and have all of her closest friends there. And, you know, I had all these really fun things planned and like it started to get ruined really quickly when she was like, yeah, we have to be quiet. I can't let the neighbors know you're here. And I was like, what in the world is happening? Like we knew none of this before we booked because that would have been a huge red flag and I would have not booked that property because we were literally holding an event there, you know? And so it's kind of hard to like be quiet or be secretive about us being there. And like, you know, we didn't want to have to be secretive about staying at a house. Like I'm a rule follower. So like, I really didn't like that. I felt like I was breaking a rule and being bad and I didn't like it. Like it just made me feel uncomfortable. We came to find out that she wasn't allowed to be Airbnb-ing her house in that city. Like it was, I think Manhattan Beach. And I don't know if the rules have changed now, but like basically you cannot Airbnb in certain places. It's like against the rules or the law. And so she was basically breaking the law and trying to be secretive about it and didn't like, you know, let us know until like we were there. And it just ended up being a total nightmare because it really kind of ruined the whole vibe of our trip and like having fun and booking a really beautiful location and house. And thankfully we ended up like still having a good time. We were still able to do all the things that we did. We just had to be quiet. And it was a little awkward having the lady, like the host in the house. And then like even like when we were leaving, so like after the weekend, or there was actually one night, this is kind of a funny story. There was one night where I had done a little game where like the girls were drinking champagne and then we had like one of those like guys where you like pin you blindfold the girls and like you pin the tail on like the butt or something and like whoever gets it on the butt, like, you know, wins a prize or, and so we were doing that and the girls were getting a little bit tipsy and like, again, this was not like a rager party or anything like that. You know, they were drinking like wine and champagne, but like they had gotten a little like wild and rowdy and we were like being kind of loud, I think like louder than usual. And it was like 9 o'clock at night and the host like texted me and was like, you guys are being too loud. You need to keep it down. And I was just like, oh my God, like it literally felt like our parents were in the house, like telling us that like it was curfew and like we had to keep the noise level down. Like it felt like, you know, like college or something. And it was just like so awkward and uncomfortable. Like what a horrible situation when you plan a whole bachelorette party at like a location thinking that you're going to be able to have a great time. And then like the whole thing is just like completely ruined. What a nightmare, right? But thankfully we were able to make the best of a bad situation and we still had a really fun time. And I know my sister had a good time and that's all that mattered. She was happy, although she definitely was like irritated by the host and was pissed off that like they didn't make that known in the listing description that she was going to be there and, you know, be texting us that we were being too loud at 9 o'clock at night when we were pinning the tail on a butt. I don't know. Anyway, no one was gonna rain on our parade. We still had a good time, still respected her rules, but definitely a horror story. It really kind of ruined me because that was my first time I ever booked an Airbnb. And ever since that booking years ago, I have never booked an Airbnb again because I just had such a horrible experience. Like, but now I know because my sister books Airbnbs all the time. And now I'm officially have just opened my own Airbnb glamping camp, and this cabin, as you can see, I'm sitting in the game room. I'm gonna be an Airbnb host, so I will know, especially from that experience, that I will never, ever do something like that to my guests that I am hosting in my homes, and I will make sure what I'm doing is legal and that I am giving my guests an amazing time so that they can have a space to create amazing memories and fun memories in. So I will be sure to make up for that bad host with me hosting this place. So if anyone needs a fun place to book for summertime in Tehachapi, California, we're in Southern California. We're like 2 hours outside of LA. We have a glamping camp, and hopefully this cabin will be available soon. And then also I know Olivia has some Airbnbs in Louisiana, so definitely check her Airbnbs out if you guys are ever looking for one. You will know that those are good hosts that you don't have to worry about. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to check out Olivia. I'll leave her links down below. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.